It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's a Monday morning, and this is your feel-good breakfast show. Thanks for starting with us the brand new day that is our first episode, of course, of 2020. Now, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics are undoubtedly the biggest event of the sporting calendar this year. But with the ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup hosted by South Africa and later on the T20 Cricket World Cup in Australia, sport fans are spoiled for choice. And of course, we've been gearing up for all that and of course, the all-important clash between Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer that'll be taking place right here in the mother city. It's simply something that cannot be missed, and especially if your name is Garrin Lambley and you're a sports editor and you're lucky enough to have received a special pass to the game. That's going to be something really, really special. But yeah, so much to look forward to this year.
It's going to be a fantastic year. Obviously, no rugby and cricket World Cup, but the Olympics is always something special. And as you mentioned, when last did we see Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal in the country?
Besides, the Rugby World Cup is still fresh in our memories, and we're still holding the trophy aloft. But this is quite a significant thing in that 20-time Grand Slam winner Roger Federer will be playing his first match in sub-Saharan Africa.
Correct, yeah.
In his career. That's amazing.
You know, obviously for his foundation, which he does fantastic things in South Africa and the rest of Africa, and he's bringing along his friend Rafa Nadal with 19 Grand Slams. So the two of them, the two greatest tennis players, if you go according to Grand Slams. They're heading to South Africa in early Feb, straight after the Australian Open. It should be fantastic. Obviously being played at the Cape Town Stadium, built for the 2010 Soccer World Cup, been transformed into a tennis stadium. I think everyone's can't wait to see what that's going to look like and how far the seats are actually going to be from the court. But you know, regardless of that, sold out, should be a fantastic occasion. It's going to set a world record for the most fans at an exhibition match. So that's another first for South Africa. Really looking forward to the match.
That's really, really special. That's taking place on February the 7th, 2020 at 8 p.m. in the evening. So a night game as well. Ah, beautiful.
Under floodlights,
Cape Town Stadium, the Atlantic seaboard there on the side, just providing for a beautiful, beautiful venue. So looking forward to that. Please take some pictures for us. Are you going to get a meet and greet?
I hope so. I hope so. I'll certainly send you pictures.
That's amazing. All right. Then also the Under-19 Cricket World Cup hosted in South Africa. Another opportunity to see rising stars in the cricketing ranks and to see exactly where we pace ourselves with the Under-19 circuit.
Sure. The future of world cricket on display in South Africa later in the year. You know, South Africa, unfortunately, the under-19s have struggled of late. They seem to have played a lot of matches against India for some reason. And Indian youth is obviously very, very strong at the moment. So, you know, they'll be certainly one of the favourites heading into that tournament. But a number of players from South Africa to keep your eye on for the future. You know, it's obviously the dream for this squad is to reach the highest level, represent the country for the Proteas. There's some names there that you certainly have performed well at schoolboy level and under-19, and that will certainly come through in the years ahead. Yeah,
much excitement there for the lads. Good luck to them. That tournament starts off on the 17th of January and goes through until the 9th of February. Then the 2020 ICC Men's T20 World Cup. And one might hope that, you know, with this test match series that we're playing against England, and of course the ensuing other formats of the game, and then the tour with Australia, that we'll be building up some much-needed confidence so we can finally take some silverware.
Yeah, it would be fantastic. You know, we obviously don't want to talk too much about the 50-over Cricket World Cup from last year, but the T20 does present another opportunity for the Proteas to lift some silverware. The 2020 format does allow, I think, some other countries to stand a decent chance of winning. Teams like the West Indies, who just have fallen off the boil slightly at test level and even at 50 over. But in the 2020 arena, they've got some key players that could certainly make them a contender. You've got New Zealand, obviously been played in Australia, that already makes them among the favourites. India will always be strong, and then Pakistan, even Sri Lanka, teams like that. You know, you just need a couple of match winners at T20 level, and you know, and if the cards fall for you, you can certainly walk away with the trophy. But it hopefully bodes well for South Africa. I think it might be Faf du Plessis' last tournament in charge at the helm. You know, he's talked about retiring after the T20 World Cup, so it's a big year for him. But we've got a long way to go before now, and then, as you say, this Test series against England, plus some ODIs and T20s, and then Australia come, and then there's the IPL. So a long way to go, but really looking forward to watching that.
Yeah, and hopefully the Mzansi Super League has also helped us unearth some talent that could be very useful to us in that format of the game. Are we hoping to see AB back
It would be nice if he could. Maybe Mark Boucher, as the coach, can twist his arm and he can make a one-off appearance again for the Proteas.
Just one more flurry there for the boys. And of course, the biggest talking point in terms of sports in 2020 must be the Tokyo Olympics. Always something to look forward to when the Olympic Games are around, and this time around in Japan.
Yeah, can't wait for it. You know, as you said, it comes around every 4 years. It's a very special event. South African team, if you look at it, about 6 or 7 months to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, fingers crossed that Wade van Niekerk gets over his knee injury. And can we believe that it's been 3.5 years since he broke that world record in Rio? Time has really flown. Hopefully, he's back and fit and can take his place in the starting lineup. There are question marks, obviously, over Caster Semenya and whether she'll be competing or not. A couple of other South Africans we'll look to them for medals, especially in the long jump and athletics. We've got a couple of there that really performed well. Chad Leclerc, obviously, as well. Cameron van der Berg has retired, so he's no longer a medal contender for us. So it's going to be fantastic. Really can't wait. The Blitzbox, you know, they'll be looking to go better than their bronze medal in Rio 3 years ago. So, you know, really can't wait. Obviously, question marks over the weather in Japan, how cold or how hot, rather, it's going to be, typhoons. You know, we saw that impacting the Rugby World Cup. Yeah. This is a little bit earlier in the year, so hopefully it's not in typhoon season, but you never really know.
The exclusion of Russia, that must be a big talking point in the sporting world.
It certainly is. You know, they're a powerhouse at Olympic level across all sports. So for them not to be there opens the door for a number of other competitors and countries to pick up medals that perhaps they wouldn't have ordinarily. But, you know, they're still contesting that ban. Who knows how that's going to pan out. They might be able to send some athletes that sort of compete individually rather than representing Russia. So there might be some representation still.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Lots to look forward to, as you've heard. So the Olympic Games, Friday the 24th of July until Sunday the 9th of August in Tokyo, Japan. And, of course, the ICC Men's T20 World Cup on the 18th of October until the 15th of November 2020. Lots to look forward to. Garrin Lambley, thank you very, very much for joining us, and have a very fantastic and successful 2020 in your line of work, sir.
Thank you.